Is live on your end?
Yeah, we live, bro.
All right, man. Welcome to Corey Lee's Boxing, baby. We back with another morning banger. Yeah. I got my boy, BLACKHORSEMANPromotions.com. Yeah, get it right. But yeah, man. So how you doing today, Black Horseman?
I'm doing good, man. First off, hopefully everybody can hear me. Am I coming through clear, Corey?
That joint breaking up a little bit.
It's breaking up. Damn.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a little bit.
Ah, man. All right, I gotta try to move around. I'm doing good, man. But let me try to get to a better area.
All right, yo. But yeah, man. Today we're gonna talk about what's going on, everybody. How's everybody doing, man? I hope everybody's having a great day, man. You know what I'm saying? Smash the hell out of that like button on your way in, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and do a morning show today, man. You know what I'm saying? So, the weather out here in the East Coast permitted me, so we can do a morning show today. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one for you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and work this overtime, man. We got tonight's show still going live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Me and Black Horseman and probably some other guests as well. Black Ham TV, what's good, dog? Boxing is me, what's good? Up early, my G. Yeah, man, you already know, man. Black Ham TV says, get it right, Black Horseman. Tim B says, what's good, Corey and Black and chat? What's up, Tim B? What's going on, dog? How you doing today, man? How everybody doing, man? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dog. Smash the hell out of that like button on your way in, man. And you know what I'm saying? Everything good, dog. But yeah, man, we're gonna be talking about, man, you know what I mean? Robert Lores. What's up, man? Robert Easter's neck crew bigger, and he almost popped on wow, Garcia ate a granola bar. What the fuck? Popped out an eye. Oh, okay. But yeah, man, like I said, man, we're gonna be talking about, Robert Easter Jr., Mikey Garcia's definitely heating up. You know what I mean? It's man, wow, we got a lot to talk about them guys, man. And we got Jaime Munguia today to talk about, you guys, man. Jaime Munguia, man, he's on one. He's calling out both Charlo twins, saying he's ready, he's not scared. Yeah, Jaime Munguia, the WBO, you know what I mean, junior middleweight champion from Mexico. Yeah, he's ready for that smoke with the Charlos. Yeah, he's ready, dog. Anthony Joshua coming to the USA. Yeah, he says he's coming, dog. You guys ready or what, man? He says he's coming to the USA, man. So it's one of those type of situations where, man, I can't wait to see this shit. You know what I mean? And hopefully the contracts get right, and hopefully everybody's good, man. I mean, for real, dog. Because man, I mean, shit. I mean, I know the fight's not gonna happen next per se, but if it happens, you know what I mean, by April, May, I'll be happy with that. I'll be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be a long wait, but I mean, shit, I'll be cool with that, man. Shit, I'll be cool with that. But yeah, Black Horseman, you found a better spot yet, my brother? How your
I don't know,
connection?
man. I'm kind of in the fucked up area.
Oh yeah, you sound a little bit better now. I can hear you now. I can hear everything you're saying.
Well, we're gonna let it ride with this shit, man. Hopefully the
Ride with
shit
it,
stay
man. We
clear.
riding with it, man. Fuck it, man. Till the wheels fall off. So yeah, man. How you doing today, Black Horseman? So how you feeling about, you know what I mean? Anthony Joshua coming to America, man. I haven't talked to you about this, man. How are you feeling about this? Is the contract gonna get signed? What's your thoughts? I'm gonna go get my charger. Let it rip.
God damn. I mean, this nigga gonna get his charger on asking me a question about Anthony Joshua. God damn, man. Well, I'm gonna first and foremost, I'm gonna say, fuck Anthony Joshua, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck he coming here for. You know, I mean, I don't know. I thought he had a fight scheduled, supposed to be negotiating a fight with PED Vetkin, and now you coming back to the US, So I mean, I don't know, bruh. I don't know what to fucking say about Joshua, man. It's a lot of these fanboy Joshua fans, they've been doing these goddamn what you call it, Reporting live. Joshua just tied his shoe. Reporting live. Eddie Hearn just dug in his nose and shit. Like,
yeah,
this shit is getting disgusting to me, man. Where it's so much damn coverage on these
yeah.
UK dudes, and they're not doing nothing, man. If they have done nothing to benefit the sport of boxing, when we talk about Eddie Hearn and Joshua, they have done nothing to benefit the heavyweight division. They're not interested in unification fights for a big reward or none of that shit, bro. So it's just like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. It's like, wherever they land, bro, put them goons over there. Whatever airport they land at, bro, them goons need to be out there and say, nigga, you not welcome here, homie. Y'all niggas need to board your shit right back. Nigga, don't take your luggage off. Put your luggage right back on that motherfucking plane and keep that shit moving, homie.
Put the
Y'all
luggage,
need to be over here.
Put the luggage back on the plane. Damn, man.
Get the fuck up out of here, homie. If y'all ain't talking about real, you know what I'm saying, real business. See, man, after that bullshit of trying to make a motherfucker feel like a slave and make a motherfucker feel like they beneath you, you know, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. So if they coming down here, they talk more slave talk and all this A-side bullshit, nah. If it ain't no even down, you know, if it ain't on no even playing field, get the fuck up out of here, homie. We don't even want to see y'all. We don't want to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Only time I want to see this nigga is on fight night and him getting his ass stretched out, period. If he ain't coming down here to get stretched in America, because I don't want to see no fight in the UK. Why would it be done, bro? Fuck that. UK is out of the question. There ain't gonna be no fucking heavyweight unification fight in the UK, period. If you want to fight, you take your monkey ass down here, bro, and sign a contract and make that shit 50-50. And you know what I'm saying? You give the fans what they want to see. But if you ain't talking no shit like that, if you coming down here with this slave shit, hey, man, get the fuck up out of here, bro. Put them goons on that nigga. Put your shit back on the plane. And, nigga, have a nice flight.
Damn, man. Have a nice flight. God damn, man. But, yeah, man, it's one of those type of situations where, man, you know, Anthony Joshua's coming back, man. He's coming to America. I feel like it's one of those Eddie Murphy movies, Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. We got starring Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua coming to America. But the problem is, oh, well, yeah, it's the same thing. You know, when they came to America, but you know what? It's pretty much the same thing. You know, when Coming to America, nobody knew that Eddie Murphy was, you know, this big king in this country. Nobody knew that, you know, he was this, you know, this emperor. You know, he had so much money. The women didn't know. He wanted this one woman that was, you know, that was good and that did not know it. When Anthony Joshua comes to America, nobody's gonna really know he's the champion. You know what I mean? Nobody really knows that he's the champion right now. I'm gonna be honest. You know, I mean, he came to the fucking Warriors game, you know, a sporting event, and they called him Anthony Johnson. Yeah, Johnson, not Joshua, Johnson. So it's one of those type of situations where, man, you know, as crazy as it sounds, man, the guys, you know, been called Anthony Joshua, Anthony Johnson, fucking, you know, Ash, you know, whatever, and just numerous other, you know what I mean, Antoinette. I mean, just so many different.
Right,
You know,
we go down the list. Antonia Jenner, you know, all kind of shit, man. Shout out Cal, nigga.
Boxing is me said AJ is going to sign. Hold on, sign the contract. He said sign the control. Boxing is me. What the hell are you doing this morning?
What contract? What contract is he gonna sign?
And then wait for Wilder to sign according to Eddie Hearn. That's what he says. I mean, you know,
what contract?
Hey, man, that's what they saying, man. They saying the contract, you know what I mean? Contract. But I mean, my personal opinion about the whole situation is I'm ready to see the contract get signed. I'm here to see, you know, the whole shit go down, man. And all I'm trying to do is see a good fight, man. If that's too much to ask, man, you know, I hope that ain't too much to ask, you know what I mean? Because Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, they're going to face one another at one point, you know what I mean? I just hope it's sooner than later because I feel like Deontay Wilder's in his physical prime right now. So if we can get that fight now, then I think everything else will, you know, fall into play, man. I really do, man. I think everything else will fall into play. I think he has a better shot on beating him now. I think Deontay Wilder has a better shot on beating Anthony Joshua now than he does in like 2021, or you never know how long they push it back. Look how look how long the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather fight got pushed back. That shit got pushed back big time. You know what I mean? And it's one of those type of situations where I'm just trying to see a good fight. You know, I hope that ain't too much to ask. He said he's coming to America. Eddie Hearn has the zone deal to announce. You know what I mean? And he's got 8 new fighters that he's saying that he's gonna announce. You know what I mean? Do you think that those are gonna be 8 new amateur fighters that are turning pro, or do you think that those are gonna be 8 professionals that maybe already have a record? I heard one of them is gonna be Gabe Rosado, so I hope they're not all on that level, man. Damn, I mean, you know, shout out to Gabe Rosado. I mean, he's a fucking true warrior. He's got in there with goddamn near everybody, but he's got like 10 losses, literally. You know, he's got 10 losses. And it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean, make a fucking pay-per-view star out of a guy that's got 10 losses. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. You know, I mean, some of those losses was close, but Eddie Hearn's talking about Gabe Rosado, and hey, it is what it is, man. But moving forward, I feel like Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder contract. Do you think Wilder will sign it? Do you even think Wilder will entertain this boxing Black Horseman promotion?
No, man, he shouldn't, bro. Fuck Hearn. Fuck Joshua. These motherfuckers are probably just trying to use this contract talk to come down here and promote this own shit and release these fighters. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna get back on that plane and fly back to the UK and then say that, oh, Wilder didn't want the fight. Wilder dealt this, that, and the third. But the whole time they're gonna be getting this publicity, and all these motherfucking fanboys of Joshua and Hearn is just gonna be giving these motherfuckers free promo to help build up their name and keep themselves relevant while they try to promote their whatever DAZN shit and these fighters that they trying to release. And man, it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. Like, people gotta understand, dog. These motherfuckers, man, are not interested in getting stretched by Deontay Wilder at no time soon, bro. No time soon. Like, they like that female that like you've been trying to get at for a long period of time, and then next thing you know, it's like, man, fuck this hoe, bro. Because you know what I'm saying, she ain't with this shit. And then you move on to another chick who way better than her, and then she want to come back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what happened? What happened? Well, bitch, I moved on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for these games. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So it's just games. You know what I'm saying? Like a female that just play a whole bunch of games till you get tired of that shit. Now you moved on to somebody else, and then now she mad and jealous. You know what I mean? So that motherfucker Wilder need to move the fuck on. Stop letting this motherfucker Hearn play games and embarrass his ass out here. You know what I mean? He done enough of that shit, bro. He done enough of that shit. He should be like, you know what? Fuck the fight. You know, fuck the fight. You know, and just focus on completely just on his next opponent and make Joshua have to fucking wait. Make that motherfucker wait, dog. That's what he should do. If I'm his advisor, make his ass wait. Make his ass have to come to your fucking fights. Make his ass have to get in the ring with you and beg you for a fucking fight. You know what I mean? After you knock out somebody, make him have to be out there in the audience and have to jump in the ring like a Tyson Fury or somebody else like that and saying, I beat you in your backyard. Make him come to your turf. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, fuck him.
So you feel like Deontay Wilder. And what's going on, chat? If you're just coming in, man, welcome to Corley's Boxing. We're to be talking about Mikey Garcia, Jaime Munguia calling out, guys, man. Anthony Joshua coming to America. On your way in, you guys, smash the hell out of that like button, you guys. And if you haven't, please subscribe and share. But yeah, man. So you feel like Deontay Wilder shouldn't even care about this. Shouldn't even bother with it. Just go ahead and leave it alone. That's how you feel? I mean, personally, that's how you feel, Black Horseman?
I personally feel that way, man. I mean, these guys have been nothing but disrespectful to Deontay Wilder, disrespectful to America. You know what I mean? He dissed this man's city. He dissed this man's, he said he was going to, knock his ass out in front of his family and did all this damn talking. When it came down to make the fight, he didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made Wilder stoop all the way down to the lowest amount of money that you can make for a mega fight. And these motherfuckers was still playing these damn games. Man, Wilder don't owe these guys nothing. He don't owe these guys nothing, man. And at this point, when it comes to heavyweight division and the way these motherfuckers are playing these games, that undisputed shit is almost pretty much overrated when it comes to heavyweight division, man. Because when
You
you got
said
some guy
undisputed is underrated, overrated. Undisputed is overrated.
in the heavyweight division right now, being that everything that's been taking place, in my opinion, it's overrated, man. Because when you got a guy who's trying to hold belts hostage, you know, and try to play these little monkey ass games and make somebody feel like they're beneath them, when Wilder worked just as hard to become champion, just like Joshua, you know what I mean? And Deontay Wilder is the longest reigning champ. You know what I'm saying? He's defended his title multiple times, more than
Yeah.
Joshua. You know, Joshua just picked up some straps that got vacated. You know, he beat an old Klitschko. You know what I mean? You beat a clown in Charles Martin. You know, you it seemed like y'all paid off.
Why
Seemed
you
like y'all
call
paid off.
Why you call my boy Charles Martin the clown, man? You're not feeling him?
Dog, nigga. Hey, he came in there with them little ass
Uh,
shorts. This motherfucker came in there trying to milk the fans with that long ass music, and then they
yo,
got his ass stretched out.
the ring walk was longer than the fight, dog.
Nigga, let these niggas know, dog. That long ass ring walk, he want to act like he's some
That
royal
shit
king or
was
some shit.
super long. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys, I think Anthony Joshua came out first in that fight. I think that
First,
was one of the only times that he came out first.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. So
I think he
wow.
did. Yeah, I think he did come out first. Like they was just like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, go ahead and milk that shit if you want to, bro. Because when
They're
that
like
nigga,
that. You know what the UK fans were thinking when Charles Martin came to the ring? They were like, "Who the hell is this dude with the gold teeth and he's got a fucking crown on his head and he's got all of the the flashy lights and the flashy costumes and bang,
nigga,
that detonation happened about 4 minutes after his ring walk."
man, that shit was
when
a
he
wrap. You know
when
what I
he got
mean?
rocked, I think when he first got rocked, dude, it was just pretty much like, damn, dog, like. It was for real. That's when we knew, like, you know what, this shit is for real, dog. This game is not play. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like Deontay Wilder could possibly stretch, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was one of those type of guys where, you know what I mean, he's gonna study you, but I feel like he's a little too stiff. You know what I mean? Yeah, Deontay Wilder doesn't have your signature 1-2 punch. And you know what I mean? He doesn't go right back. He doesn't do your typical, 1-2, you know what I mean, punch. And he doesn't he doesn't do, what a lot of pros, how they box. They think that Deontay Wilder, since Deontay Wilder doesn't, box like us, because to be honest with you, we haven't really seen a heavyweight to box like Deontay Wilder, to be honest. All facts
Right.
given. Deontay Wilder is a first of his breed. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
to fight like that. And that's
Mm-hmm.
monumental.
This nigga like a wide receiver that decided to start boxing and shit. You know what I mean? Got like a wide receiver frame, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker tall, skinny legs. You know, he's one of the littlest, like one of the littlest heavyweights in the heavyweight division, but knocking everybody out that he faced. You know what I mean? And, this guy is super athletic. I mean, he's faster than a lot of people think, in there. This guy is very unorthodox, he fights off his jab. And he comes with them looping shots, when he gets you hurt and this, that, and the third. So, people say that he's a very flawed heavyweight, but at the same time, man, when it comes to wins, that motherfucker is flawless. He is like, it has flawless victories, nigga. He come in there and he knock everybody out. Nigga, it's finish him status, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Once he get you hurt. So, at the end of the day, they can say whatever they want to say, but if he was really that vulnerable, these motherfuckers will be jumping at that opportunity, not playing all these damn games and shit. So, you know, you're right, man. He's the first of his kind, period. We've never seen anything like Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? And we've never seen, I think, there's been some confident heavyweights, but I think this guy, like I said, I wouldn't compare him to Tyson as far as, people fearing him, but is he up there? You know what I mean? He's up there, man. And it's like, this is a little guy compared to most heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Gerald Miller, who's 300 plus. You got guys like what, Kubrat Pulev, and he look like he up there. Anthony Joshua's with 250, 260 or somewhere around there, or can drop down to like 240, 230. And his guy in his last fight was what, 216, 217. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's a lot. That's like you probably about that weight. You know what I mean? So it's like, but this guy, he got that shit in that right hand that it don't matter. It don't
What
matter
the
what
hell?
size.
What does he got in the right hand, Black Horseman?
I mean, I've heard a lot of names, man. They say it's that vibranium. It's that nigga that it's that sleep. You know what I'm saying? That sleeper, that one hitter quitter. You know what I'm saying? That it's something that's can't really be taught, man. It's that Alabama power, doc. You know what I mean? So, hey, at the end of the day, man, when you got something that they call that eraser, like Danny Garcia said, you got that eraser, man. He erased every skill set you got. He can erase that shit with one punch. You know what I mean? And we saw in his last fight, Luis Ortiz is he's the most skillful heavyweight. You know what I mean? All that skills that he had in there, outboxing Deontay. Hey, all it took was one. All it took was one to hurt his opponent and
what's
jump
going
all
on,
over
everybody in the chat? Oh, okay. Corey Lee waiting for your super chat. What's up, World Breaker Fighting? What's up, Original Bruno? What's up, Ronald Finkley? Lowland. We were just running our mouth, and my bad about the chat, y'all. Original Bruno, Lowlands Profits, Miss Boxing Fanatic. What's good? Sheldon Holmes, what's going on? Man, hey, Damon, what's up, man? What's going on, everybody? Everybody. JD, what's up, man? What's going on, JD? He does fight. What's up, world? What did everybody say on here, man? Damien says Charles Martin is a bum. Oh, come on, man. He won the belt by default. I mean, the guy broke his leg, Lowland says Charles Martin walked the earth like a demigod. That's crazy.
Then he got stopped.
Yeah. Lowland Prophet says AJ can do the same as Charles Martin for $50 million. Damn. Then Ronald Finkley says Wilder has the 50 cal rifle range zoom scope vibranium right. The fuck? Damn, Ronald, you went hard on that one. What's up, World Breaker Fighting? He says, so I can put that money on your books, bruh. All right, that's no doubt. Thank you, man. Yeah, if you calling Wilder a Tom girl. Oh shit. What else we got? Boxing is Me says they always say Wilder gets outboxed, but like Black Horseman said, he got that equalizer. That goddamn right hand, boy. That shit is like boom. Just imagine, dog. I mean, just imagine getting hit by one of them motherfuckers, dog. That shit'll just
it's like a real bomb. It's like a real bomb, nigga. Them bombs.
So like, so like when Anthony Joshua comes to America, you guys, do you guys truly think that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua wanna meet with Deontay Wilder?
No. Let them niggas answer. I'll tell you, absolutely not. They're here to promote the zone. They're here to try to recruit probably more fighters. They just use Deontay Wilder's name, like, cause they got to use that as a what you call it, like a VIP pass, a ticket to get into the building. You got to use Deontay Wilder's name. Oh, we're here for Wilder. Next thing you know, hey, see if we can get a couple fighters over there. See if he interested. See if he interested. And they just gonna use that same reason when they came down here the first time. He was at the game eating peanuts extra fast, looking around to see if Wilder's gonna show up. Like you ain't there to see Wilder. You there to be the face of the zone so y'all can help recruit more fighters, because y'all ain't got nobody. Y'all got bums. Y'all got motherfuckers with 8 to 10 losses. And you trying to actually put them on an app, for pay-per-view purposes. It's not gonna happen, doc.
Bobby Jean says Wilder can box. Got back and go back. Oh, he said must have been said go back and watch the first Thurman fight. That first Thurman fight showed me a lot about Wilder. It showed me that he could box, because before that, he was just 1-2ing dudes. I mean, he wasn't really going around the ring, going 12 rounds. That was his first time ever going 12 rounds, and that's the first time that he's been 12 rounds since then, if you think about it. That first Thurman fight, and just imagine, you guys, just think about this real quick. That first Thurman fight was so monumental because it was his first title shot. It was the fight where he got his title, and it was the only fight that he went the whole distance in. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those, you know what I mean? One of those type of parallels where, you know, you could be like, wow, man, you know, has Deontay Wilder ever went, you know, the full distance? Yes, he's been the full distance, and he only went the full distance with a guy that he later knocked concussively. I mean, the guy got concussed so viciously, you guys. I mean, that was a shot heard from around the world, man. I mean, wow. I mean, the second Thurman fight, he was on everybody's memes. I mean, he was, you know, he was laying over the ropes. I mean, some people had him as his background. It was just crazy, man. So, you know, to say that, man, to say this, man, you know, yes, Deontay Wilder can go 12 rounds. But if you don't have to go 12 rounds, why go 12 rounds? You know what I mean? And I don't know if that Deontay Wilder fight, I don't know if that Anthony Joshua fight goes 12 rounds. Joe HABEEB, the legendary. What's going on, my brother?
Banger! What's up?
Yo, this is my boy, Black Horseman. This is my boy, Joe HABEEB, man. This is my boy I look up to for so long, man. He shout out to Joe HABEEB. He does the Ringside Reporter every Sunday night, you guys. I'm on there, you know what I'm saying? I call in. I got a little, you know, last call every time, you know. But Joe HABEEB, man, welcome, man. Good morning, man. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain.
Yeah, we talking about Deontay Wilder right now, man. How you feeling about this, the whole situation?
You know, let me just ask you this. Like, isn't this the most erratic behavior you've ever seen? When in the hell does a guy who has a legitimate top 4, at the very least, top 4 or 5 heavyweight in the world in front of him, right? And he's thinking about another fight instead of that one that he has in front of him that could potentially take place 10 months later. In what world does that make sense? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, for them to overlook Alexander Povetkin, like, so disrespectfully and just so irresponsibly, in my opinion, it just makes no sense. Like, all right, if you want to say he's gonna beat Povetkin, that's fine. But, you know, a lot of people said he was going to blow out Parker. He was going to blow out Takam. And both of those fights did not play out that way. I mean, you could look at the Takam fight and say, yeah, Takam only won 1 round. But those rounds were hard fought. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was getting blown out every round. And Anthony Joshua got his nose busted up, whether it be from a headbutt or whatever. That's a grueling fight. And then you get Parker, who I think at the very least won four rounds in that fight. A lot of people thought he won 5. Some people even had the fight a draw. And now he's going into another fight with the guy, Alexander Povetkin, who I think, you know, is a dangerous opponent. And Eddie Hearn admittedly has said the same thing as me. So why in the hell would you be thinking about Deontay Wilder right now when you have this fight in front of you? You know, and everyone keeps talking about, you know, Deontay Wilder's going to fight Dominic Brazil. That fight's a wrap, blah, blah, blah. That's what was always going to happen. But we have not heard any news at all about Deontay Wilder's next opponent. Nothing has been said. There's been no communications between Deontay Wilder and Dominic Brazil's camp, to my knowledge, hasn't been publicized. So where's all this information coming from, number one? And number two, I mean, Eddie Hearn is just crazy with all this stuff. And they want to talk about publicity stunts. If this isn't a publicity stunt, then I don't know what is.
Yo, man, that was good, man. That was really good. We needed that, man. We needed that in the show, man, for real, man. You know, because, you know, right now I think that a lot of people are, you know, looking past, you know, Anthony Joshua, just like in the Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter fight, you know what I mean? But I feel like, you know, this is a little bit different because this is the heavyweight division. And in the heavyweight division, you get hit once. It could be night for you. You know, and I really feel if Povetkin hits him crisp on the chin, it could go down, man.
And it absolutely that's definitely a plausible outcome without question. But here's another thing too. This is why, you know, Eddie Hearn keeps putting his foot in his mouth, because he's saying Deontay Wilder over these past 4 or 5 months has increased his profile. And he's also saying, yeah, that April 13th fight, we're going to add 10,000 more seats. So he's also said that the fight has been getting bigger, and the more time that goes on, the fight's getting bigger. So if the fight is getting bigger and Deontay Wilder, his profile has increased, and you've admitted as such, then why in the fuck would he accept the same deal that you offered him if you admit that the fight has gotten bigger? It makes absolutely no sense. That's like me saying, okay, I bought my house for $200,000. It's worth $350 right now, but I'm going to sell you this same house for the $200,000 I bought it for, even though the house is worth $350,000 now. Again, where in the fuck does that make logical sense? It does not. It does not. So, and again, all these retards, I'm going to use the word retard. I'm probably going to get in trouble for it, but I'm going to use the word retard. All these retards out there,
let it rip, man.
all these retards out there that say, why doesn't Deontay Wilder just sign? Why doesn't he just sign? Well, why didn't Anthony Joshua just agree to the $50 million? Oh, well, because he didn't have a contract. Again, did Deontay Wilder get a contract before he agreed to terms? Eddie Hearn, you can criticize both sides. Both sides, you can say, hey, this guy should have done this side should have done that. That's fair. Like, I question why it was going to take a week to return the contract. But again, Shelly Finkel had said, well, you know, we wanted to look it over closely, whatever. You could question, why did Shelly Finkel cancel that meeting when Eddie Hearn was there Friday? Again, those are plausible arguments. Okay, and I can point that out and I can say, yeah, you know, I don't agree with those 2 points. But again, Eddie Hearn is recreating the protocol of boxing. Okay, he is making up rules that do not exist. So if Eddie Hearn had said, well, we can't just agree to that, and then that's like a verbal agreement, and we could be legally bound to the fight. So is Deontay Wilder legally bound to fight you guys next because he accepted the agreement but did not agree to terms with the contract? He did not sign the contract? No, it doesn't work that way. And to imply that it does and have people believe that is utterly fucking ridiculous. And that's the problem. And again, filing for rules to exception in a sanctioning body. If you go to the rules of all 3 sanctioning bodies, in particularly the IBF, in which Eddie Hearn signed the exception to get that rematch with Klitschko so he wouldn't have to fight Pulev back in 2017. If you pull up the rules, all it says is you have to write a letter stating why you want the exception. In no way, shape, or form in any area of that rule does it say you have to have signed contracts in order to file for an exception. So once again, he had people saying, well, you know, he could file for an exception in the Wilder fight because he didn't have a signed contract. It's not required because Canelo and Triple G didn't have their fight signed, and the WBC had already given Golovkin an exception without a signed contract. So it's not required. And to imply and to suggest and to put that information out there to unknowledgeable boxing fans who won't do the research, who are blind sycophants of Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, it is totally incorrect, false, and irresponsible. So that's the problem. You can criticize both sides. You can say, well, this guy should have done this guy should have done that. I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. But you can't create things that are not true and hold credibility in your argument when you do so and expect people to not challenge you on those points. It's just, you can't do it.
Yeah, I mean that's you got some facts right there for sure, man. You know, my personal opinion about the whole situation is, yes, they're gonna go through with the whole, you know, the Povetkin thing, and I mean, to be honest with you, they gave Wilder the shitty end of the stick. I mean, let's be honest, you know, let's call it a spade a spade. You know, let's call a spade a spade. You know, they gave him the shitty end of the stick, and Deontay Wilder was fine with that for a while. Deontay Wilder was fine with that. He was ready to sell. He was ready to, you know, he was pretty much ready to put all his eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? And you know, he was ready to do that. And that still was not enough. You know, for Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn still wanted, you know, to give him through the ringer, put him through the ringer. You know what I mean? And it's kind of effed up, you know, that Deontay Wilder's got to go to these extremes by degrading himself, by accepting some of the most obscure offers that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? And some of the most one-sided offers for a heavyweight champion. You know, let's be honest. I told Black Horseman this before you got here, man. If Anthony Joshua comes to America, he's not no fucking superstar out here. It ain't like everybody's going to know him. The first time he came, they pronounced his name wrong live on the Basketball Network. And that was a sporting event. They called him Anthony Johnson. That shows you right there that your casual fan does not really know who Anthony Joshua is, you know? And to be honest with you, for them to be asking for that much money, I mean, for that type of split when it's $50 million out here, I mean, what are they on out there, man? I mean, what are they on to just walk away from $50 million? 50.
Let me ask you this. One last point so we can let the other gentleman get in here because I don't want to hog up the airwaves. You know, Bill Gates is a billionaire. Warren Buffett is a billionaire, right? Jay-Z is pretty damn near close to a billionaire. Take the richest people in the world and you say to them, who would you rather leave on the table? Because with that $50 million guarantee and you include back-end money, he's at least going to make 65, 70 million, right? So let me ask you this. You ask anyone, I don't care how rich they are, you know, because a person is rich like that, they have to have good business acumen, okay? So you ask any one of those individuals, who would you rather leave on the table? 70 million or 15 million? What's a more reasonable thing to do? Leave 15 million on the table or leave 70 million on the table? What do you think they're going to say? I'd rather leave the 15 million on the table as opposed to the 70 million on the table. I would take the 70 million. So it's like he turned down the best deal, the most lucrative deal in heavyweight boxing history. And they're going to sit there and throw up, oh, well, Deontay Wilder turned down a purse, that's 5-6 times more than what he's worth. Again, so what? You're talking about a house that you bought for $200,000 that's worth $350,000.
And look, not to cut you off, but the guy in the chat, you know, he got timed out, but he said something that, you know, caught my eye, man. And these are a lot of fickle fans think. They think like this. He says, what did he say? I'm trying to find his here it is. He says Wilder is getting overpaid already. $15 million is his net worth. That's what casual fans are going on right now, Joe. That's what they're going on in Black Horseman.
So Anthony Joshua's net worth allegedly is $45 million. So if you're going to give him almost double, well, because 70 million, a little, close to double his net worth, isn't that the same thing? And again, let's not look at previous purses. Let's look at the fight itself and what the fight itself is worth. Okay, you're not talking about Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale. You're not talking about Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. You're talking about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. And if the fight is worth $100 million in the U.S. and if it's worth 65, 70 million in the UK, and you give Deontay Wilder 33% like you gave Joseph Parker, then that's fair. But if you're going to give him less than 33% and you're going to give him 28% and you're going to give him 30%, then you're not overpaying him. You're underpaying him. Look, go in history.
What do you
tell
think,
me?
hey Joe, what do you think that the most that this fight can make in the UK?
In the UK?
Because I heard you talking about it on the other show before.
I think in the UK, under optimal conditions, honestly, it's probably a $65 million fight. To be fair,
tops.
And again, I'll tell you why. Because look at the stadium. You can sit there and fucking say, "Oh, 90,000, 100,000," but look at the.
They said 100,000. They're saying 100,000 now. That's the new. Okay. Number.
They did 90,000 in the Klitschko fight, and the live gate was $11.5 million. Go look at Canelo Golovkin.
Canelo Golovkin did better than that.
Canelo Golovkin did 27 million with just under 16,000. Our pay-per-views cost $80. Theirs cost $28. So this is the thing. It's basic economics. You do this fight in the UK, you can't put this on pay-per-view in the United States. At the very most you can do is you're going to put it on Showtime, and you're going to get a broadcast free from Showtime. That's going to be $3-4 million. That's all you're going to get. You can't put this on American pay-per-view if this fight's in the UK and start the show at 3 in the afternoon. Who the fuck's going to watch that? And you know what? I will concede one point. Yeah, the UK fans are more loyal than American fans because they have proven that they would stay up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to watch an event that's been broadcast over the United States. The highest. They're
more loyal, Joe. But will they pay that? Will they pay the premiums that we have to pay? Will they go through the ringer like we have to go through?
Well, to be fair, I mean they're dealing with an economy. They're dealing with an economy that is 5 to 6 times smaller than ours, based on their population, which is you have to take that into account. Yeah. So I'm not saying they're not paying fair market for what they're purchasing. But at the end of the day, this is the stupidity of it all. Whereas if you put this fight in the United States prime time, you can get the UK pay-per-view revenue as well as the United States pay-per-view revenue. By putting this fight on in the UK, you lose out on a $25 to $27 million live gate at a casino, and you lose out on the American pay-per-view revenue that you could potentially get at $80 a pop on top of that UK pay-per-view revenue. So at the very least, you're leaving $50 million on the table by putting this fight in the UK at the very least. Potentially, it could be 60, 70.
So Black Horseman. So let me get the Black Horseman real quick, Joe. Black Horseman, Black Horseman, man. We're gonna fit you in there, man. How are you feeling about the negotiations, man? Joe brought up a good point that we were not talking about, man. In the negotiations, man. The money. The money is a big player in this, man. That's probably the biggest player in this, in my personal opinion. But I feel like Eddie Hearn doesn't think so. Eddie Hearn does not think that the money. I mean, obviously he doesn't think that the money is because they left $50 million sit on the counter. They left it. They left $50 million. On the table.
It's not Day Joshua. You know what I mean? That 50 million was really for Joshua, bro. You know what I mean? Like, see, with Hearn, if he don't have the venue, he can't really make that money that he can make. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That big money. So it's like that 50 million was pretty much freedom money for Joshua. But Joshua chose to stay with the slave daddy. You know what I mean? If you will, because that 50 million is free bread. And then whatever on the back end money, he could have gave that to Hearn. But Hearn wants, for a mega fight like that, and his most prized possession in Joshua, he would rather have home field advantage where he can get, the big amount of the purse. Because in the UK, that fight would be big for Hearn and Joshua. But overall, I mean, if they was to have it in America, Joshua can make, great money, and the promoter can get promoter money. You know what I mean? But nowadays, you got these promoters that want to make more than the fighters, when the fighters is the ones that's making a sacrifice. You know, anytime a promoter is making more than the fighter, that's not a good promoter. You know what I mean? Promoters are supposed to be there to help position the athlete or the fighter or whatever the case, or you know what I'm saying, the singer or whoever it is, and put them in a very successful position to make them make the good amount of money, and they get their little promoter fee. You know what I mean? But promoters want to be able to take the whole cake and get these niggas a slice. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. You know, that's why they didn't want this fight to happen in America, and this is why Joshua left that 50 million on the table, because Eddie Hearn was trying to convince that fool that nah, this ain't smart, this, that, and the other. When really would have been a great move for Joshua. You know, he could have took that 50 million. He could have promoted himself here in America. You know, shit, he could have even signed with Al Heyman. Al Heyman could have gave that man some tips on how he can be a self promoter and build up his brand here in America. And he, even win, lose, or draw, he could have been still good. You know, he'd have been rich. He could have got his house in Beverly Hills or some shit or whatever the case. But you know, he's a UK dude, and you know, he's comfortable being in the position that he's at. You know what I mean? So as far as whatever contract situation they're trying to talk about now, like I say, Wilder he shouldn't even deal with them on a business level like that. This is why the Mayweather Pacquiao fight didn't happen off like that, because you know Bob Arum's the type of guy too like that. You know, he'd rather make more than a fighter. You know, it's like, man, you got all these fighters, man, you can eat off all of them, but when you're trying to get the bigger portion of the money than the fighter, it's just like, man, you're not a great promoter at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion, man. You know, promoters should not be trying to be in the business to take advantage of these fighters and get the bulk of the money while they get the crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, them the ones that's doing all the work. You know what I mean? Them the ones that's sacrificing themselves. Them the ones that the fans want to see. Fans is not there to see Eddie Hearn fight. They're there to see Anthony Joshua fight. You know what I mean? People's not there to see Al Heyman or Mayweather fight. They're there to see Gervonta Davis fight. You know, you in the back, you know, in the background. You done made your money. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. But you know, promoters is trying to take advantage of these fighters, you know, too much. You know what I mean? To the point where it's like you can see who the good promoters are. And that's why a lot of fighters is starting to become self-promoters, because that's all that happens, man. The promoters rob them. They left with the crumbs. And next thing you know, they can't even hardly talk, you know, when they get up in age.
That's what all Al Heyman fighters are doing right now. They're being self-promoters. They don't have I think probably about 75% of the Al Heyman fighters don't have promoters.
That's why. I mean, the blueprint is there. Promote your damn self.
Is it something that is it something that Al Heyman said, or is it something that they, you know, were persuaded to do? I mean, I know Richard Schaefer is promoting the Mikey Garcia Robert Easter card, but like I said, I mean, you got Man Down, you got Earl Spence that just started his promotional company at Man Down Promotions. You got, you know, Danny Garcia with DSG Promotions. You know, you got you know, I heard Keith Thurman is going to be starting his promotional banner too soon, and you know, you got all of these other fighters that are just starting their, you know, just doing their thing. You know what I mean? And they're starting it underneath Al Heyman. You know what I mean? And that's a telltale sign, in my opinion, man, that, you know, change is coming.
People gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, promotion promotions has been totally misconstrued, man. But like, you know, salute to Al Heyman, doc. Salute to Al Heyman. And to answer your question, yes, that is a reflection of Al Heyman. Al Heyman, and Spencer said it on one of his live streams I was on. He said that you know, Al Heyman from jump has showed him, you know, the blueprint on what he needs to do to be successful, you know, to be a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Not just while he's in the sport, but even outside of boxing, when you get ready to, you know, set him up for the future. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, all these fighters, that's what Al Heyman. You look at Broner, even though he got a spending problem and he's kind of out there, wow. And I think he does suffer from CTE, from getting hit so much in the head. But at the end of the day,
shout out train wreck of the week, man. Joe HABEEB, man. I got the damn train wreck of the week. Adrian Broner's always on that damn thing, yo, on his show, man. Adrian Broner makes it every week, yo. But yeah, man, to piggyback off of what Black Horseman said, you have anything to respond to that, Joe?
No, I mean, he pretty much covered it, but there's another point I want to make, too, that my friend D-Star made. I did a video with him last week. And by not having this fight in the United States, you're also fucking up Deontay Wilder's money because he has to lose money because if the fight's bigger in the United States, then both guys get paid more, not just one. So Deontay Wilder should be compensated for the money he's losing because he's making the sacrifice to go over to the UK. Whereas if it was United States, both guys would be making more money. So you're fucking up someone else's money too, and you're expecting that person not to get pissed off about that? So that's another thing that's really not being taken into account here, with by having the fight in the UK. Because everyone's money's getting fucked up. Probably not so much Eddie Hearn's, but everybody else's money's getting fucked up.
Fucking Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's money's good from what Black Horseman said. I mean, if he can, like he said, if he controls the venue, he eats. If he doesn't control the venue, minimal plate.
Right. 50 million free money to AJ, and AJ.
So what is? So let me ask you. I mean to cut you off, Black Horseman. Let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this: what is Eddie Hearn making? What is his percentage, you guys?
Shit. Ask these Joshua tards, nigga. Ask them motherfuckers, bro.
What's his take? What's his stake in this whole scheme of things, Joe?
I couldn't even begin to speculate, but if I was to guess, I would say at least 15%. You know what I'm saying? But again, that Sky deal that he has is very lucrative. And if you think about it, when you take 10, 15% with however many fighters he has, that's a lot of that's a lot of bread for not taking any punches, bro.
Yeah,
that's a lot of bread for not taking any punches.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's why. That's why Al Heyman. That's why Al Heyman's cut was so much lower than everybody else's cut. In terms of an advisor or a manager, most managers, I believe, take 20% at least. To my knowledge, I think Al Heyman was only taking 10, if I'm not mistaken. But think about that spread out over 200 fighters.
God damn.
See, there you go.
And the 20 or 30 elite fighters that he has.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that 10%, when they making the kind of money that they're the type of revenue that they're generating, 10% could be way bigger than somebody else's 15 to 20 if they fighter ain't really on a certain level and they make not really putting the butts in the seats and getting the views and all of that. So shit, that his 10% is way more valuable than a lot of people's 20, or more. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So
Joshua.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say then Joshua loses. Who else does Eddie Hearn have? Really? Who else does Eddie Hearn have?
Broke eyes, Brook.
That's not.
Man.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Shout out to Kell Brook, man. Shout out to Kell Brook, man. That's one of my boys, man. He's in the David Hayes.
No disrespect to Kell Brook, but how much time does he have left? He's cashing out after 3 fights. He's cashing out after 3 fights.
Come on, Joe, man. He's 3 fights. I mean, I guess. All right, man. I guess.
So I guess when you don't really have, I was gonna say, I guess when you don't have elite fighters like that, you get your promotion fee got to be up there because you got to be able to get yours. You know what I'm saying? But if your fighter ain't generating shit, you know what I mean? It's like you got to raise your fee up there. But if your fighter is getting them numbers like that, your 10% is comfortable. But go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead. I was about to say, all you gotta do is look at the landscape of this welterweight division. Who would you pick Kell Brook to beat right now?
And that's another thing. That's another thing we were getting into, man. I wanted to get on, and I'm glad you're on the show.
Probably.
Oh, go ahead.
It could be probably Pacquiao, Peterson, Berto.
Kell Brook at welterweight could possibly beat
Devin Alexander.
He could possibly beat, maybe a Keith Thurman, maybe possibly a Daniel Garcia. Hey, y'all, chill, man. Y'all gotta
this
come on,
nigga,
man.
right? Y'all know, let Corey get his grip, bro. Let Corey have his, bro. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? I truly think that Kell Brook, he can't make the weight anymore. From what I'm hearing, I heard it was depleting him so badly. But I think another telltale sign about Kell Brook is that, you know, the whole situation with his VADA rankings, you know, that messed him up too, man. He dropped out of the rankings, and you know, he's not with the WBC, and he does not have the WBC belt anymore.
But what I heard was after he got stripped of the title, then he went back and registered. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is.
I heard that same thing. I heard the same thing too.
And here's another thing too of the stupidity of Eddie Hearn. How he doesn't. That's one thing. But here's another stupid thing about Eddie Hearn in terms of, you know, guiding guys' careers, right? So Kell Brook admittedly had problems making 147, okay? But then he still goes ahead and he fights Errol Spence. And okay, yeah, it was his decision, blah, blah, blah. But you mean to tell me you can talk Anthony Joshua out of accepting $50 million, but you couldn't talk Kell Brook out of freaking taking that fight? Number one. Number two, he's up at 154 now, but they're talking about making that Khan fight happen. Okay, that's supposed to be the creme de la creme fight for him. That's his big money fight. But it can't happen at 154. Khan already said, I'm not moving up to 154 to fight him. So now Eddie Hearn, so now Eddie Hearn's like, okay, well, if the fight has to be at 147, it's at 147. But the guy already told you he can't make 147. So you're going to continue to fuck this guy's health up by trying to make him fight 147 so you can make a big fucking fight. Oh yeah, you for the fighter, all right.
Kell Brook has already went on record saying that, man, that Errol Spence fight was going to be his last fight at 147, and that he could not make it, and it hurt him so bad to make that 147, building all that muscle at 160 to fight Triple G, because that fight at Triple G, he was 160. He probably came in and rehydrated to about 170. I mean, from what I'm hearing, Kell Brook was big for that fight. You know, and then you're gonna go to tell me that he went all the way down after that fight, and after ballooning up, rehydrating to 170, you're gonna tell me that after all that muscle mass, you're gonna tell me that he needs to get down to 146.9?
Well, here's another thing too. All you got to do is look at Kell Brook's fight versus Golovkin. Look at his body at 160. And then look at Amir Khan's body at 160. Amir Khan had love handles. He was soft. He was smooth. And Kell Brook at 160 was still ripped. He was still ripped to the bone. Yeah. He's still ripped to the bone. He was still ripped to the bone.
That's a big difference too, and that's the reason why I gave him a shot with Triple G, because I knew how big he was. You know what I mean? I knew how big he was, you know, in that weight division. You know what I mean? And I knew he could possibly, you know, fend Triple G off. But like I said, I didn't know for how long. And eventually, you know, Triple G got the best of him. But to bring him right back down to 147 to fight Errol Spence, another banger, is just completely out of the realm of possibility in my eyes. I would have vacated it. I would have told them, you know, they would have said, well, you're a ducker, you didn't fight anybody. But you know, coming off back-to-back losses like that fucks with a guy, that fucks with a fighter's psyche. I mean, forever.
But not only that, right? Let me ask you this. And again, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I'm not claiming to be one. But this guy broke his face. Both orbital bones. His face is shattered. He's got a metal plate on both sides of his face, pretty much, right? You don't think moving forward when he's going in there against a big punch, you don't think that's in the back of his head? Oh fuck, man, I can get my face fucked up again. You don't think that's in the back of his mind psychologically? You know what I'm saying? This guy's not the same. There's no way he can be the same after breaking bones in his face like this. Fucking face was shattered practically, man. Look at his eyes after both of those fights.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, that's one of the worst injuries to get, because look at Lucas Matisse. Lucas Matisse had that same identical injury, and I swear, Lucas Matisse went down on one knee the same way Kell Brook did. The same exact way. The same exact way, and they both took a knee the same way. They both took a knee the same exact way.
Exactly. And there's no way I'm calling anybody a quitter that takes that knee, because that injury, I've talked to people that had that injury. That injury is no fucking joke. That is intense pain, man. intense pain. And you don't think those eyes are going to swell up again when put under that same duress, that same pressure? Scar tissue doesn't go away, man. It just gets worse and worse over time. And I'm telling you, there's no way physically this guy can ever be what he once was. There's no way. There's just no way. And to ask this guy to come down to 147, and to ask this guy to come down to 147 again, that is fucked up.
Eddie Hearn wants him to come back down to 147. That is correct, Joe. That is correct.
That's fucked up.
Eddie Hearn wants him to come back down to 147 so he can fight Amir Khan. That's the fight that Eddie Hearn wants.
Terrible promoter.
Yeah.
Terrible promoter, bro.
You know, that's the fight Eddie Hearn wants. That's the fight Eddie Hearn gets. You know,
and at the very least, that fight should be at a 150, 151 pound catch weight. At the very least,
that's 7 pounds. That's 7 pounds from 147 to 154. There's a 7 pound difference. And that's 7 pounds. I know a lot of people probably like that 7 pounds. I mean, come on, man. You fought at 147 before. Kell Brook can make the weight again. You know, come on, man. You know, you can make the weight. Look how much money is involved. I don't care how much money's involved. Kell Brook's in his 30s now. He's in his 30s now. He's not in his 20s anymore. He's in his 30s now. It's a difference between being in your 20s making weight, and it's a difference between being in your 30s making weight. You hold more water in your 30s than in your 20s. And you got to understand, if the guy was pleading his case saying that it was hard as hell to make weight, you know, just imagine how his body felt for that Errol Spence fight, just to shrivel down and, you know, barely shrivel down and to make the Errol Spence fight, you know what I mean? And, you know, his rehydration probably got fucked up because of that. I mean, let's be honest. When you start depleting your body at some point, your body starts rejecting anything you put in. I've seen guys, just like the Danny O'Connor fight. He went, shout out to Framingham, because that's where my cousin went to college at, man. And Joe HABEEB is near there. Yo, right, Framingham and the baby.
Massachusetts in the house, baby. Yo, best colleges in the country, man. Massachusetts. Hey, Black Horseman, maybe you should have went to college in Framingham. You're in college now. Maybe you should have went up there.
I don't even know how to spell that.
Yeah.
Framingham, what?
Yeah, the Framingham. My cousin was on the Framingham football team. But yeah, man, you know, to be honest with you guys, man, I personally, and that was what I was trying to get at. It was a Danny O'Connor situation where he got hospitalized from dehydration, and the whole main event got scratched. I mean, it wasn't gonna be. I didn't have Danny O'Connor starching Ramirez, but you know, it would have probably been a fight for about 4 rounds. But at least the fans would have came to see what they came to see. They got stripped of that, and then they gotta have Egas fighting in place because Bob Arum's cheap ass didn't want to scrap the whole card. You know, so you know, and you know, Danny O'Connor was hospitalized from dehydration. Who's to say that? And Danny O'Connor's not a spring chicken. I think Danny O'Connor's in his 30s as well. You know, I was there when Danny O'Connor. I seen it live when Danny O'Connor caught his first loss. He got starched. I can't remember by who, but he got starched.
Was it against Pacero? Was it against Pacero, the Brazilian guy? Was that?
Yeah, he got starched by somebody that he was going in there that he was supposed to beat, but the guy starched him. The guy starched him. I remember that fight because he had them ugly ass trunks on. They were like fucking jail trunks. They were like black and white or some shit. They were like, you know, they just look horrible. They stuck out to me. But yeah, man, you know, and like I said, that's what could happen to Kell Brook. He could get dehydrated, and you know, he could possibly not make weight, and he could possibly, you know, be in a hospital. See what you guys are, and guys and women out there, because we got women in the chat. Shout out to Larissa Johnson. Shout out to Miss Boxing Fanatic, Beverly Rose, everybody that's in the chat. But there's a good side to everything, but they don't tell you about the bad side to everything, because what goes up must come down. You know what I mean? And for a guy like Kell Brook to be in his 30s trying to make 147, which he hasn't made 147 in about 2 to 3 fights now, you know, it'll be blasphemy. It'll be blasphemy. It'll be fucked up on the low end of things. You know, that's putting it lightly. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Eddie Hearn should possibly care about his fighters a little bit more than that. You know, I really do. You know, but
I agree.
moving on to some other topics that I ever wanted to get on today, man. Jaime Munguia finally calls out both Charlo twins and Jared Hurd. Wow. Jaime Munguia's tired of playing the backfield. He told his translator, I'm not afraid of any of them. I'm not afraid of those two twins. He said both of them, even the 160-pound twin. Damn. So I mean, he's pretty much wanting smoke from both twins and Hurd. Black Horseman, how you feeling about that fight, man? How does Jaime Munguia do? I know Cali Enigma, you know, doesn't want us speaking too, you know, on his fighter, you know.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm in the store, but
Oh, you in the store?
Actually,
go ahead.
I actually like what I'm hearing about this guy Jaime Munguia. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know too much about him, but like I said, I'm all about seeing competitive fights. It don't matter if I'm a fan of a certain fighter or not, man. I want to see them in the most. I want to see them in the best fight. And Jaime Munguia, man.
Hey, Black Horseman, hit us up when you leave the store, my brother.
I'm walking out right now.
You walking out? All right, because you had a lot going on, but you are good though. But yeah, man.
I mean, I think that it's good, man. It's good to hear that, especially being that fucking division kind of watered down, being that you got guys not responding to certain fighters calling them out. You got guys getting injured. You know, I ain't gonna say no names, Charlo, but you know, you got guys.
Damn, dog.
You know, you got guys that's, you know, they used to be the loudest in the division. Now these motherfuckers is crickets, nigga. It's quiet as a motherfucker, nigga. And I like Charlo. I'm a twin my damn self, but I'm gonna call a spade, my nigga. Like, hey, when you used to being the loudest lion in the building, and now you acting like a mouse, nigga, where it's squeak, it's like quiet and shit. It make me like scratch my head, like, come on, dog. But I gave him some thought, like, nigga, I think it's because of that poor performance versus your boy, you know what I'm saying, Trout, and
Austin Trout.
Austin Trout, and when you think about it, shit, Laura and Hurd had way better performances against Trout than Jermell Charlo did. So when you thinking about it, like, damn, he might be like, yo, man, maybe I'm not ready for Laura or Hurd yet. Maybe I need a tune-up. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, I need a little bit more time, because I ain't never seen him this quiet in a while, bro. Jermell used to go live. He used the loudest lion in the building, and now people are trying to make excuses for this guy as to why he's not responding. No. I'm not gonna make no excuses for this guy. You know what I'm saying? When you're the lion and you're the king of the jungle, my friend, you must maintain that status, my friend. Yeah. I like you, but I'm not no fanboy, and you must carry your presence, nigga, at all times. If somebody calls your name, you must respond. Damn. You must respond right away, nigga. Go IG live, nigga. Respond something. Twitter. You use the main guy on social media. I didn't met the dude and everything. This dude is very outgoing, outspoken, and all of that. But after that fucking fight against Trout, went down. I think he went down. The confidence maybe went down a little bit, and he may need some time to regroup and rethink some things, man. Because when you look vulnerable, shit, everybody like, shit, yeah, bring him over here. And Laura's like, yep, come over here. Hurd took to his social media and said, what, this guy? Y'all think he gonna beat me? Haha, laughing emojis. So it's like, you know, that kind of do something to a lion's pride when you have a bad performance and a lot of people start talking down on you as if you're not this big bad, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker. So, hey, man, Jaime Munguia, this is good for boxing, man. It's good.
Damn,
really, honestly.
Damn, Joe, you had some people in the chat that you had a guy, Derek Robbins, won't feeling what you was saying about the damn, I guess the Kell Brook in the Eddie Hearn situation. He says, don't blame the promoter. You have an agenda. The fighter together with his trainer discuss the fight and make a decision that's not a decision a promoter makes. Get in the real world. What the fuck?
Yeah, okay. And in the real world, the promoter has no influence over the fighter's decision making.
Oh, okay.
So all of a sudden, Anthony Joshua was interested in the 50 million, but when he sat down with his team, all of a sudden the fight is better off in the UK. Again, let's be real. I'm not going to call people names, but let's not be naive here, man. To sit there and say that there are people in a fighter's ear that convince him to do things that originally he didn't want to do, don't tell me that that doesn't affect a fighter. Don't sit there and tell me. That's why you have managers and advisors, because you want to be advised. You're seeking counsel with other people, and you may have an opinion on something, but you can easily be swayed one way or the other because you have an advisor. His job is to advise you. You hire him to advise you. So you're welcoming someone else's opinion, and sometimes you want that guy to talk you off the ledge, and sometimes you don't. So let's be real about it. You want to talk about real world? Motherfucker, you get out of your bizarro world that you're in. If you think that people can't be swayed one way or the other. You motherfuckers are letting this guy Eddie Hearn get in your head and thinking irrational thoughts. And you ain't even fucking putting gloves on and stepping in the ring. So you don't think these guys that are stepping in the ring putting gloves on, they can't be fucking influenced? The fuck out of here. Come on now. Don't challenge me, man.
Yeah.
Don't challenge me unless you pack the fucking lunch, brother.
Damn.
Hey, Joe, baby.
Motherfuckers, I'm telling these motherfuckers, I'm telling you. These motherfuckers, I'm telling you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, he kind of
giving a guy 10%
Santos a little bit.
Yo, what happened?
He kind of remind me of Santos a little bit.
You giving a dude 10, 15, 20%, you're not going to listen to him? So what the fuck is he there for? Window dressing? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's the fighter. You don't think if enough people in Kell Brook's team told him, hey, man, this is the wrong fight. This is the wrong fight. This is the wrong fight. You don't think he's going to probably say, nah, you right. You right.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Damn, yo. I mean, you just got people like that. You know they gonna put their 2 cents in, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, before,
what's up, bro?
I wanted to finish the point on Munguia though.
Oh yeah, we on the Munguia, man. My bad. We had the chat. I mean, he got blocked for the craziness he was talking, Joe. But you know, we got the hitters in there, man. We got the wrench gang in there, man. They hit him up.
Hey, that's what's up, wrenches. You know, that's what the snipers is for, man. You come on disrespecting a guest or somebody that's on the platform. You know, hey, you gotta be careful what you say, man. Can't be disrespectful. So. Yeah. They did the right thing.
Corey, you listened to me for years, man. Have I not come out and say, hey, man, I was wrong about this. I was wrong about that. If I'm wrong, I have no problem saying I'm wrong. Yeah. But I mean, I am not going to let anybody defy logic, man. I'm not going to allow that. When you tell me the earth is flat and you tell me that the day only has 22 hours, I'm going to call you out on it. I can't accept it. Can't fucking accept it. Can't accept it. Sorry. Can't defy logic. You can't defy fucking logic. Not going to allow it.
God damn, boy. They come out of the woodworks, do they? Oh, man. And that's crazy, too, though, because Derek Robbins normally be cool in the chat sometimes. I see him every now and then, but damn, man, he just jump out of the roof with that one, man. Damn.
He just said, why have you blocked me? You're not blocked, bro, if you're in the comments.
You're not blocked, Derek. He said.
You got timed out. So hopefully you thought about whatever you
said. He said, I'm not capable. He said, I'm not capable of listening to a different opinion.
What did he say? What did he say?
Yeah, he said, I'm not capable of listening to a different opinion. No, I'm not capable of listening to an irrational, impossible opinion. That's what I'm not capable of. I am not capable of listening to things that make absolute zero sense and are 100% unfactual and cannot be proven.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
For anybody to sit there and say that a fighter hires an advisor to essentially ignore him, I'm not going to listen to them. Yeah. Hey, you're on the payroll. You're getting paid to advise me. But you know what? Why don't you shut your mouth and put a piece of fucking gray fucking electrical tape over it? I don't want to hear you. That's not what it's about, bro. If you're going to fucking tell me that, there's no way I'm riding with that. Yeah. Not riding with that. Not riding with that. Hey, man, you're my financial advisor. But we ain't going to talk about how we're going to make money today. We're going to talk about what we're going to eat for supper. Nah, it don't work that way. Don't work that way. Don't work that fucking way.
Yeah. Oh shit, man! What is he saying now? Is he back at it again, man? What is he saying now?
Dude, take the L. Take the L, bro.
The L. Take the L.
Take the fucking L.
You gotta take the L.
Take the L. Take the shovel. Take the shovel that you're digging a hole right now for yourself. Yeah. Put it back in the shed. Put it back in the shed. Stop. Stop it. Stop it.
Yo,
put the shovel away, man. You're digging. You're digging. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start kicking the dirt on top of you, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Oh, take man, the L, get the fuck out of here.
If enough people told him, hey man, this is the wrong fight, he wouldn't have taken. There's a good chance he wouldn't have taken the fight.
Oh, so yeah, man. Like I said, Beeb got him on that one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mean, Beeb had some very, very, very strong points on that one, Derek. And like I said, Derek, just try to be reasonable next time. You know what I'm saying? A promoter, a promoter is there, to promote, and an advisor is there to advise. You can't, Corey. Do you only want yes men? Yeah,
Derek, let me ask you a question, Derek. Derek, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one last question, Derek, because this is the final nail in the coffin. How many times at the end of a fight do you hear a fighter ask who you want next? And what is the first fucking thing he says out of his mouth? Oh, you gotta ask my promoter. You gotta ask my advisor. Why the fuck does he say that, Derek? Because maybe he's putting his hands in someone else's, he's put his career in someone else's hands. There's not a great deal of fighters today that do that. When you ask Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran back in the day who they wanted to fight, they always had a name for you at the end of their fight. Today, oh, go ask my promoter. Go ask Al Heyman. Go ask this guy. Go ask the freaking hot dog man. They don't say, they don't come out with an answer themselves. They defer you to somebody else. Why is that, Derek? Why the fuck is that, Derek? Please answer that.
Fucking Derek.
Thank you. Checkmate. Checkmate, man. That's checkmate.
That's checkmate. All right, that's checkmate. All right. All right, we done with that. All right, we done with that. All right, Derek. Peace out, man. Peace out, Derek. But yeah, man. So yeah, go ahead, Black Horseman. Go ahead and let it rip on the Jaime Munguia, man. He had my bad. Beebs had to handle something in the chat real quick, man. It got
shells in that nigga, dog. Damn.
he had to dig him up from the grave, put him back in there again, man. Go ahead, throw him back in there again, man.
But
B went on a throwback with that one, man. That was the 2014 flow right there, man.
Those days are fun, man. That you look back and you say to yourself, why did I really do that shit? But then you laugh at it. Then you laugh at it 10 seconds later.
Yeah. I remember that.
Who's Mark Breland, Corey? Who's Mark Breland? Remember that one?
Yeah, man. You went hard, man. That's what I said, man. Beeb got it. Funny. Hey man, don't test Beeb, you guys. Beeb got it in him, man. For real, man. Don't let that comb over fool you, man. You know what I'm saying? He's from the mean streets of Boston, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said, man, Beeb's been in this shit for a long time, man, and he's definitely to be respected, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't do this shit. Somebody just sniped Derek Robbins. DJ Yo, salute, man. You had to put a couple shells in him, man. He'll be back in 300 seconds. He'll probably be back for more.
And it's just like in boxing. Sometimes you got to save the fighter for himself. This guy's on the ropes. He's taking haymakers, man. He's got snot coming out his nose. Right. We gotta save him from himself. Yeah. We gotta save him from himself. We're doing the humane thing. We're doing the humane thing here.
Hey, Black Horse.
We don't want to see this guy get fucking teed off on, right? He can't defend himself anymore.
Black Horse,
someone gonna throw the towel in for him.
They let him rip, yo. They let him rip all the way until Joe was done, and then they sniped him.
Let that nigga get
You gotta save this guy from himself.
They put him in.
He's got 3 broken ribs. He's got 3 broken ribs. Like, his nose is on one side of the other of his face, man. We gotta save him. Can't let him go out like that.
It was like arm shot, shoulder shot, leg shot, head shot. Bang, get him out.
Yeah. Damn, man. But yeah, man, like I said, man, it's one of those type of situations, man, where Jaime Munguia is on the rise, man. He's from Mexico. He started out with nothing. From what I'm hearing, his dad's in his corner, his uncle's training him. And he's a great, I would call him prospect, but he's a world champion now. He got the world champion off the Saddam Ali fight. I watched the Saddam Ali fight twice this morning. And I personally think that that Saddam Ali fight was not a fluke. Joe HABEEB and Black Horseman, did you guys watch that Saddam Ali fight?
Yeah, man. Well, let me make one point because I got to get off in a minute.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Because I'm about to go to work. But yeah, as far as Jaime Munguia, man, I think that it's really good to hear that this guy he won't smoke with everybody in his division. Both of the Hurds. Like I said, not both Hurds, both of the Charlo's. I like the Charlo's, but like I said before, man, if you're a lion, lions always roar, man. You can't just stop roaring all of a sudden just because you had a bad performance or people are saying certain things. Otherwise, you're just not a lion no more. You know what I'm saying? You're something else. You're a cat. I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, Jaime Munguia, whether he get his ass beat by Hurd or Charlo in the future, it's still good that he's keeping the division somewhat exciting. You know what I'm saying? By putting other fighters' name in his mouth. And are they going to respond to him? You know what I mean? Are they going to step it up? You know what I'm saying? And face this guy. You know what I mean? Now, shout out to Corey Lee because you did a great interview with Jared Hurd. And Jared Hurd stated that he wants a fight to prepare him for Jermell Charlo. So he's not going to face Jermell Charlo until he gets a right-hander in there to prep him for Jermell Charlo. Just like he said that he fought a southpaw fighter to prep him for Erislandy Laura to get him ready for that. So it's like, okay, cool. But, hopefully, we don't know how long it's going to be before he gets that right-hander in there. And then that fight possibly happening between him and Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? So a lot of people might be looking at Jaime Munguia right now like he might be green. So maybe one of them would jump in there. Now, he is right-handed. So I don't know if, Hurd is willing to take that fight, being that it is a right-hand fighter. You know what I mean? And he is about maybe the same height as Jermell Charlo. And he might have a little bit more power. So if he's able to get, Jaime Munguia, out of the way, shit, he should probably be like, nigga, bring that last strap that I need, to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe Hurd will go that direction. I don't think Jermell will. You know what I mean? Jermell won't even respond to Erislandy Laura. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just boxing just gets weird at times, man. Where it's like these guys will act like they the biggest, baddest motherfuckers on the block, and then somebody will pop up, or something will happen. They'll have a bad performance, or whatever. Then it's like, injuries, or there's business talk and this, that, and the other. So I just want to see exciting fights, man. It don't matter. Think about these fanboys. Like, it don't matter if you like a fighter. You don't have to make excuses for them, man. You just put the pressure on these guys to stay consistent with what they say and what they doing. And, hey, a lot of people was worried about losing all this, that, and the third. It's like, man, you're going to get the respect just for facing the best. You know what I mean? And if you believe in your ability, man, train your ass off. And it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't like what I've been seeing lately with this Jermell situation. Too many people making excuses for him not responding to Erislandy Laura. This is out of character. And the only thing I can see that has changed is the fact that he had a bad performance. He was on a knockout streak. That knockout streak came to an end. He didn't look good in his last fight, but hey, everybody had bad, off nights. But when you got somebody in your division that's calling you out, who's a former champion, who faced Jared Hurd, and somebody who actually had a better performance against Austin Trout than you did, you need to fucking get in there You know what I'm saying? And at least put all that shit to bed and let everybody know that, you know, it don't matter that I had this bad performance. This motherfucker not gonna whoop my ass. I tell you that. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on that shit, man. I think it's good that Jaime Munguia is willing to mix it up with these guys. I think he possibly is the goods. Will he win against the other junior middleweights? I don't know. But I can't wait to see him in there with him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see exciting fights, man. And boxing is looking trash right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. What you got to piggyback off that, Joe?
Who's Charlo fighting next? Is he gonna fight Lara next? Is there gonna be a rematch, or what's going on next for
He's
Jared?
MIA, bro. He's quiet right now. Nobody knows where he's at, man. Laura called him out, man. He is nothing.
I'd love to see a rematch, man. I'd love to see a rematch. I really enjoyed that fight.
Between who?
Remember I was telling people?
He said between who? He said that Laura or Izzy Laura called out Jermell Charlo about a week or two ago, and we haven't heard from Jermell Charlo since the call out.
Yeah, man. I like Jermell.
And from what I'm hearing,
I like him too.
From what I'm hearing, Jermall Charlo said that if his brother fights Laura, then he'll be leaving Ronnie Shields as well. Because you know one of the brothers left him already, Ronnie Shields. Yeah. Ronnie Shields is Jermall Charlo's coach right now and trainer. Yeah. But he said if his brother fights Laura, which is trained by Ronnie Shields as well, he said that the big brother, the 160-pound brother, will be leaving Ronnie Shields because it's blood over sport.
Well, tell that nigga get ready to leave, bro. This is business, man. You got to make that shit happen, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because Jared Hurd is hurt right now, Joe.
Oh, he's hurt. Yeah. Oh, do you have? What do you have? Like surgery or something? Or what happened to him?
He's had shoulder surgery.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So that's correct. That's right. I forgot about that.
You know, so he had shoulder surgery.
Hey, on a quick note, what's your boy name again? I keep forgetting his name.
Joe. His name's Joe.
Joe. Hey, man, you ever heard somebody coming back 3 months after shoulder surgery?
Nah, man.
Okay, there you go. Checkmate right there. You know Lomachenko's coming. You know Lomachenko coming back 3 months after shoulder surgery, bro.
Wow, really? Wow.
Yeah, he's fighting on August 25th. He just had surgery in May, and people think I'm crazy for saying that. There's some suspicions about that shit.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said, Joe?
Oh, about the shoulder surgery and stuff. Suspicions?
He said Lomachenko's coming back 3 months after shoulder surgery.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, man. Wow. Forgot. Same thing with Manny Pacquiao too. So, I mean, this.
Would you say you cutting out on that one, Joe? We can't hear you, Joe. You good?
You out of there. Hope you didn't get sniped.
Yeah. Joe, you still on there? We can't hear. We didn't hear anything you just said.
I think I froze up.
Oh, there you go. You back? Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I think I froze up, man. Fucking internet. I pay for the freaking blast internet, and I still can't get good internet. What the fuck is that all about?
Nah, I think it's because we started talking about Lomo, dog, and they started sending that virus.
Yeah. So what I was about to say is I think there's a difference between getting a scope, just getting an orthoscopic scope, and getting a shoulder repair. So maybe it's like, he's getting a scope. I don't know, but. This is the thing about when you get scopes, because I have my knees scoped out several times. They're never the same, man. Unless you get reconstructive surgery, you can clean all that torn shit out you want, but it's still a deficient joint unless you get even if you get the reconstructive surgery, to some degree, it's going to still be deficient. It's never going to be 100%, but it's going to be better than just getting a clean out. So if Lomo's just getting a clean out, then that's one thing. But
yeah, surgery, dog.
So I don't know the extent to the surgery, but. Even still, 3 months is a short time for either one. You would think six to 8 months at least.
That's what the doctor said. He wasn't expecting him to even get back in training until October to meet his December date.
Yeah,
but
man.
my theory was he said something about the injury to Duck Ray Beltran, because he was supposed to face Ray Beltran for unification on August 25th, but that fell apart. So Ray Beltran's facing Jose Pedraza August 25th, and then he's supposed to be coming back. All of a sudden, on the same day, he's supposed to face Ray Beltran, August 25th, but against probably a lighter touch or something. But I'm like, if you had shoulder surgery, bro, see, I done had a tear, and they said his tear was real bad. So I'm like, if you had surgery, how are you back 3 months later? How? I don't get that one. You know what I mean? That's beyond me right there. So
I got a torn labrum, but it's not bad enough that I need surgery. Like, I still lift weights and stuff, and I can still do shit. Again, it's not the same as it would be if it wasn't torn. But it's weird, man. It's not like you can have injuries for years and get by with them. Like, well, Andre Ward had a bad shoulder for years. Cotto had a bad shoulder for years, and it took them a while before they got their surgery. So I don't know,
man. But yeah, that's a little mystery right there. I mean, the only reason why I brought that up because you was talking about the guy brought up the surgery with what you call it, Hurd. And Hurd is probably, he ain't gonna come back in no 3 months, bro. I ain't never heard nobody come back that fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So
they said Jared Hurd is gonna be coming back in November. That's what his trainer told me.
And when did he have that surgery?
He had that surgery like 2 months ago, a month ago, 2 months ago.
That's what I'm saying. So that's enough time for you to heal, and then, you know what I'm saying, slowly transition back into, you know, training. And
yeah, they said he's not even Jared Hurd as of, I think when I did the interview about a week or two ago, he said as of a week or two ago, Jared Hurd wasn't even hitting the punching bag.
But look, 3 months later after Lomachenko gets the surgery, that motherfucker's going to be fighting in a professional fight. So that means he's already training right now.
Hey, y'all, before I wrap the show up, because I got to head out, I want to ask you, both of you guys, I want to ask you guys both on this breaking news that's been, you know, I've heard a couple channels talk about it, man. But I want to know what you guys think about a possible strippage of Keith Thurman's WBA belt. And what they're saying is Lucas Matthysse versus Manny Pacquiao could possibly be for the WBA super belt. Excuse me. For the super belt.
Well, I gotta roll. But shit, man. I hope that don't happen. If it do, man, that is the biggest disappointment ever for a welterweight to get double strip, nigga. Not one belt strip, nigga, two. You know what I'm saying? 2 times. Not 1 time, 2 times strip.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to Boxing Ego. He just made a video about it. And if anybody else did, I'm sorry, I just seen his first. But
I saw another video about that. I think it was like Hitman Boxing or some shit. But I was like, man, I don't know if this is clickbait or some shit. But you saying Boxing Ego put this shit out, it's just like, fuck. If this nigga
he said in his on the video, it says on the title, it says, whoa, he says, is Keith Thurman even a champion anymore? Question mark. WBA's new shocking belt for Manny Pacquiao versus Lucas Matthysse.
I'm gonna have to check Boxer
but you know what?
See if they still got him as champion. But go ahead. Hey, Corey, I gotta burn, bro.
All right, peace out, Black Horseman. Go ahead.
Shout out to the mob. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here, man. All right, peace, bro.
Peace out, man. What you saying, Joe?
When was the last time Keith Thurman defended that title, man? How long ago was that? I can't even remember.
He fought last March. He fought March of 2017.
Yeah, so
damn.
March to March. Now we in April, May, June, July. Wow, it's like 15 months, right?
That's a year. That's about a year and 6 months ish.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really criticize him too much if they end up stripping him, because I mean he's been an MIA for a while, and then he's gonna come back and he's gonna fight a couple tune-ups. He's not gonna be able to fulfill his mandatory. I don't know, man. The question is, does Matthysse or Pacquiao deserve to be WBA champion, the super champion? I don't know, man. That's an argument for another day.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, my personal opinion is I mean, like you said, it's an argument for another day, man. But like I said, I just wanted to wrap the show up and on that note, and let everybody know that, man. Definitely got to head out. But man, Joe, man, it was a pleasure, man, for you coming on, man. Next time, hopefully, we can do the whole show together, man. And you're not coming on the ass end. Tonight, I do my live show tonight, man. You're more than welcome to come. It's gonna be 8 p.m. Eastern time every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's like my staple show. So you're more than welcome if you got enough free time to get on, man. You definitely got the link, man. So. With that being said, go follow Ringside Reporter and go follow Beating the Odds with Beeb. That's my boy Joe, man. And like I said, man, this is Corey Lee Boxing. And we'll see you guys at 8 p.m. tonight Eastern time, you guys. Peace out.
Be good.